Alright guys, back again with another video. So I'm going to show you how to use the console now in JavaScript. So to open it up on a web page, just click the web page and then press F12, and then it'll open up the development thingy for you. And then also to do that, you can just right click the web page and do inspect, and that'll inspect the element and then bring up all these options. So the one that we got to use is the console. Just click that, and there we go. So I'm going to make this bigger by scrolling. Hold control and scroll, so yeah. So to do that, let's go to our JavaScript page. And then we'll go, the simplest thing we can do is console.log, which prints out a message to the console. And always have a semicolon at the end of each statement, okay? And yeah. So this is a function, and then this parentheses is where you put the thingy that the function wants to input. And it'll pass in certain things to the function. We'll learn more about that soon, but yeah. So the message that we want to output maybe could be hello world, since this is our first program and developers usually do that when learning a new language. And yeah, so it prints out hello world to the console, which is pretty cool. And it also shows you where it is. So if you click that, if there's like an error and you click that, it'll show you where it is. So that's pretty cool. So, it doesn't have to just be a message. It could also be like a variable if we make one, or a number. We could just do a number first. And then if we reload, it'll print out the number in blue. For Chrome, it's going to be blue, of course, every time. So it may be different for a different browser that you're using. So anyway, let's see. So let's say we have a variable, right? Variable Bob equals like 130. Blah, 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 blah. I can't talk, but that's a number. And yeah, so to output a variable, just put it in there. You don't have to use quotes. Quotes is only for strings. And reload. And there you go. There's your output. So Bob is equal to that, and then you output that, and see they're both highlighted because they're the same thing, and then it outputs the value of Bob. Pretty cool. So yeah. Also, if you just change this to a string, for example, and reload, and now that it just prints that. So another thing that we could do is the console.error. So console.error, and then you're gonna print out a message. Put the semicolon. So the message that you output will be your error. So we could say, oh no, there is an error. And so if it reloads with the live server, then it'll automatically reload for me, of course. So now it outprints the error, and it's all red, so it looks all scary and shit because it's an error. So yep. So besides error, we could also do warn, console.warn, and then print out a message. This is a warning. And then I'll put that, and it's a yellow, so it's like basically like a traffic light, green is fine, or white, and then red is bad, and then yellow is bruh, watch out. Okay, and another one we could do, if it gets too cluttered in your console, we could clear it. Oh, I'm keep messing up there. Clear. Console.clear. Leave that empty. And then console.clear, and then it'll say console.cleared. Was cleared. So this runs line by line, so it'll output all of this, and it'll clear it. It happens so fast that you can't even see the stuff that was before, but yeah. So another thing we could do is a timer, which is really kind of cool. So you can see how fast your code takes to go, basically. So we could do console.time, and then we'll put in what's called an identifier. We'll just give it a name, basically a timer name. It says right here, suggest what you need to put in. So the cool thing about suggestions, if you put in it wants you to pass in a value, right? And it'll tell you exactly what kind of value. You need a string value, and then that's what it's called. That's what it's called, the value. But basically, all you need to know is that it's a string, so we need to put in a string. It can't just be like 1, 2. It can't just be like 1, 2, 3. That's not a string. A string will be this inside quotes or single quotes. I think it's more correct to use a single quote, but I just prefer using double quotes, which is whatever. So yeah, so we'll call this timer 1. So that starts the timer here, and then where we want to output the time, we'll have time end, and then we gotta put in the same name, the identifier, timer 1, and close it off. So what this does is starts the time here and closes it here. So all these operations, it'll time this, how long it takes for this to happen, okay? And then this outputs it to the console. So apparently it's 0 seconds, 0 milliseconds, so it's like really fast. So that's pretty good. So let's try something. Let's spam it. Oh, can't do that. I'm stupid. That's weird how it says millisecond still. Let's try removing the clear. Ah, okay, so now the clear was messing it up. So if we remove the clear, it tells us the time, which is 7.5 milliseconds, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's very useful for if you want to test how long your code is, if it's slowing down your web page or whatever. So yeah, that's how you do that. And if this is like too cluttered and stuff for you, of course, so just do console.clear. And make sure you have these parentheses here. You don't have to put anything in there though, that's the beauty. Um, yeah, so that's that. So console can be pretty cool for testing stuff, you know. Um, so we'll get more into that later on. But next episode, we're going to be learning about variables and data types and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment if you need help. And peace.